JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score? want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
Hello viewers, welcome to Morning Show on Some TV. My name is Olayinka Gabriel. This is a beautiful morning reaching you live from the city of Jalingo, Taraba State. I want to welcome you most sincerely this morning to another fresh edition of the Morning Show. Morning Show is a program that every morning like this will bring you what is happening around the country and also around the world. It's my pleasure this morning to welcome you most sincerely to this program, because we say it as it is. We give you highlights of what is happening around the world. We try to let you know the happenings around the country. And we also give you opportunity to air your view and to contribute meaningfully to the growth and development of our nation. I have with me this morning the Director of News and Current Affairs of Some TV, Mr. Ira Daniel Ikwe. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome this morning to Morning Show.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you out there.
Yeah, there are a lot we do here every morning on Morning Show. We try to look at what is happening across the country, trying to look at the major headlines on the news paper, so that even if you have no opportunity to be where you can read the dailies, you have opportunity to see the headline. I remember in those days, very early in the morning, even though we cannot buy a paper, we'll go to a vendor, stand there, and try to look at. In fact, sometimes when we see a story that interests us, if the paper were to be 200, we could give 20 naira or 15 naira to just read. In fact, to read that paper and return it back to the owner, you know. But now, with the advent of digital world and so many things, you can see a lot of things. You can read a lot of papers on the pages of. It's appeared that even some papers have stopped even doing hard copy.
Printing.
You know,
because the soft copy
goes viral.
Has been there for everyone to access.
In fact, what some people do is that some papers now you subscribe weekly, monthly, so that they will be sending you the e-copies of the paper. Okay, good morning, and without much ado, we're going to go straight to the headlines of several papers of today. Let's start with the Matrix. The Matrix is our first paper of today. Mounting insecurity, fresh call for state police rebates. Southwest governor agree to create regional security fund. Demand tougher control for counter illegal mining risks. And presidents in Nigeria and US seal new security cooperation framework. State police.
Yes. They say necessity is the mother of all invention. The issue of state police cannot be relegated in the face of the challenges we are having now. If at all, we will only create the state police and just allow them to gather intel and share it with the mainstream security architecture, it is not going to be useless. So I think the issue of state police is more important now because if state police is available, even if they don't wield arms, like the main police force, the Nigerian police force is doing.
So some people are thinking that state police may be a tool in the hand of the governors.
Yes, it will be a tool if you give them the power that they should not have. For instance, state police can just be limited only to intelligence gathering. They don't have to carry any arms. They will only share intel with the main police and track, for instance, if this, if we...
What of the system that is operational in the US, where you have the federal police and you have the state police? The federal police have their own role and duty. They carry arms, but they have their own role and duty. The federal police also have their role and duty.
Yes, this is just to... It is possible. If it is possible in US, then it is possible in Nigeria. But for us to allay the fears that the state police may be hijacked by the state governors at the expense of their opponents and other things like that. It is the same thing as saying the federal government may hijack the federal police and use it against the state governors. But I think if we are reasonable enough, let's allow this to work. We have a system in this country that we are able to manage over the years. We should be able to manage state police and federal police. But even if we cannot do that, let's allow...
What are the concept of regional security? We saw that in the Southwest, where you had the Amotekun. Amotekun is available in virtually all the Southwest states. And now, at a meeting yesterday that they had in Ibadan, they were proposing having to create a regional security force.
Well, I seem to have a little bit reservations on the regional aspect of it. I don't know the detail of the structure of the Amotekun in the Southwest. The leadership of the Amotekun in the Southwest will be one person, so that the headquarters of the Amotekun will be located in one state of the Southwest, or is it that...
There's going to be a general head of the Amotekun that will not be state commandant of the Amotekun in Ondo, in Ogun, in Oyo, in Lagos, like that. So, but there will be a general commander of the Amotekun. And they carry arms to some extent, but they operate like the hunters, yes, like the vigilantes and the hunters, you understand? And to some extent, we've seen one or two breakthrough by the Amotekun security force in Nigeria.
Well, let's see how it goes, but I just remember what we read in history, the reason why former head of state Yakubu Gowon disintegrated the states from the four southern region, northern region, other things like that into 12 states. If at this point in time we're centralizing a sector, a facet of a state, of a sector of Nigeria, like the western region saying they want to have a centralized state police, then I think it may be a recipe for crisis if it is not properly handled. I think the best thing to do is each of them should operate their own system of Amotekun that is unique to each state, so that they don't have a central...
in Southwest, apart from the Amotekun, like Lagos now, Lagos have what they call neighborhood watch. So the regional something is like another effort by a particular region. That does not stop any state that want to have their own approach, to have their own approach.
Well, I don't know. They should, if it's going to be official, then I think, so that we'll be on the safe side, so that it doesn't send a signal that it's a move towards secession endeavors and other things like that. There is a need for us to give each and every state a distinct entity for its state police. At Taraba State, we have something that looks like state police that we call Taraba Marshal. We have this Hunters Union, Hunters Association, that is nationwide. you will see that they are actually doing well. I've always been citing examples of how they were the one that discovered the hideout of criminals somewhere in the mountains areas of Zik and informed the police and soldiers who went and ransacked those places and disbanding that camp. So I think if we want to operate such things, we should be able to give them a distinct name. Even in the US that we used to cite example, we have LAPD, we have
we even have private security companies, agencies like that.
So that's the decision of the government. If the government understand that we are strong enough, we're reasonable enough, we have developed enough to have such endeavors, then there is nothing wrong with it. But it will have to go through processes that will ensure that there is transparency, that there is accountability, that there are methods of checking what is it called? Foul plays and other things like that. If we get to that point, then let's go about it. But the most important thing for this period is that there is a need for us to have as many as possible security operatives who will help us support as a nation in the face of this attack we're receiving from bandits.
There's another sub-headline in that: demand tougher control to counter illegal mining risks. There has been this insinuation that part of what happens that makes security, particularly in the Northwest and some of these areas that we have mining activity, China is being figured out as one of the country that has been using the insecurity to mine our mineral resources, particularly places like Zamfara. Even we have reports that said sometimes they arm these people and they come with chopper, take some of these minerals away in billions. And some are even saying that is the reason why China is against U.S. Wanted to fight terrorists in Nigeria.
Okay, if there is that assertion and there are proofs that it is like that, then a government will need to do something. But some of these things are just being seen without any tangible evidence.
We're going to take a particular report. This report was aired on Arise, and we have the former APC chairman and the senator that is talking about Adam Oshomole also asserting that as part of what is contributing to insecurity in Nigeria. Let's take that report.
In the wake of China's disapproval of Trump's threat of military action in Nigeria as part of, efforts to protect Christians from persecution, a 2023 report by British newspaper The Times alleged that Chinese nationals in Nigeria's mining sector are funding terrorist groups to secure access to the country's mineral reserves. The exclusive investigation, which has resurfaced online, suggests that through bribes and illegal transactions, Beijing could be indirectly funding terror in Nigeria. Well, according to research from SBM Intelligence, a Lagos-based analytical group, Chinese companies operating in conflict zones have been striking security deals with insurgents. The report revealed videos of militant leaders boasting that Chinese workers must pay them rent to operate in their territories, particularly in Zamfara and other northwestern states. Some Chinese nationals working informally as miners serve as runners for militant groups and control gold mining operations across remote areas. The report noted that Chinese contractors often smuggle minerals out illegally, with several arrests recorded, including 27 miners in Osun State in 2020 and a Chinese citizen jailed for 5 years in October for processing 25 tons of lithium-containing minerals. Well, this investigative report adds another complex international dimension to Nigeria's security crisis. The report highlights the menace of resource exploitation, raising questions about which foreign actors are truly destabilizing Nigeria and why Senator Adams Oshiomhole also accused China of stealing Nigeria's resources and arming bandits and terrorist groups to protect their illegal mining sites. The former Edo State governor made the allegations in January this year. Let's take a look.
Those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms. They use choppers to come and cut away the gold. And they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC. And I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening, or what subsequently happened in that part of the country, was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on. Some retired military officers, army officers are involved in it. The day we can't tell the truth, this country cannot flourish. We can't change our, when it affects our people, we are at our best. We talk strong. Some other people appear to be above the law. That is what is going on with solid mineral. It is not that we don't know where it is. We have a whole survey of where we have what across the length and breadth of Nigeria.
All right, Ayo Adams Oshiomhole's statement highlights what many see as hypocrisy in China's position on Nigeria's security crisis, while Beijing has criticized Trump's intervention threats. Allegations suggest Chinese mining operations may be directly contributing to the violence by funding and arming the very groups terrorizing Nigerian communities. Ayo, we've seen these reports.
So there's so many dimensions to this story, and it ties in with all that we have discussed earlier today. Number one is that yesterday we had said to be cautious about praising China's speaking up for Nigeria against the Trump's announcement and designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. At the end
Okay, this is an explosive report of what has been happening,
If this report is anything to go by, coming from the Senator of the Federal Republic and being discussed in a manner that he said there is a letter, and he's even alleged that he took the letter to the former president who couldn't act on it, or maybe who was overwhelmed by the seriousness of the whole thing and couldn't fathom what to do, then this calls for a serious action by this government in the face of what we're facing. Because I think, though we've seen scenarios who were actually bad, but I think this is one of the worst, considering the spate of occurrence that we have been experiencing, this kind of kidnapping and killings intermittently like that. Well, if the foundation is faulty, what are we going to do?
Even the righteous cannot do anything.
Even if military generals, just like the senator has said, even if there is a letter in respect to that, that is actually something that's serious. If a written document is established, and he even took the document to the former head of state when he was a national chairman of APC, then there is no smoke without fire. Even if it is not true, there's something that looks like the truth in the whole thing. And shortly after, we begin to see attacks. He said exactly what the person told him began to happen shortly after. So I think there is a need for the government to look deeply into this. That would give credence to the allegation of President Trump that this and that is happening in this country. So I think security agencies and the government particularly, the leadership, presidents, the National Assembly members, who that Adams Oshomole belongs to, should expedite action. And there is something I would like to encourage. I don't think Adams Oshomole should just keep quiet at this point in time. He has the wherewithal. He can summon the press and they will come. He should continue to talk about this as a patriotic responsibility. Not that he will just say it once and keep quiet. There is a need for him to begin to do it as if the survival of this nation is dependent. Because actually the survival of this nation depends on information like this. There is a need for him to continue to do it until something good happens. Bring back our girls' movement, died a natural death after some time, when they keep on doing what they need to do, in seeing to it that government take up action on bringing back the girls until they got tired and stopped. Now they are describing her on news yesterday. I watched it on some TV news at 9, of how she's been described as a former convener of Bring Back Our Girls. And the girls are not yet back. So I think
there's another new movement of Bring Back Our Girls.
So you see, if Adams Oshomole can convene a campaign to see to it that what he has credible information on, even on documents, based on what he has said on the video here, then I think there is a need for him to do that.
Okay, let's look at other headlines on that particular paper talking about Matrix. Matrix still have a lot of, will I call them interesting headlines or headline, you know, on the front page of that particular paper. And one is court, UK refused Ekweremadu's requests. That is, UK reject federal government requests for Ekweremadu to complete prison terms in Nigeria.
Okay, that is an international issue, and it has to do with why are they even saying that you have to come and complete his term in Nigeria? What is the political relevance of that?
You know, he was the former deputy secretary.
The UK and government has not gone out there to.
It's a political solution.
So, yes, I agree. He's a Nigerian and he should benefit from the links that he has.
Yes.
But what is the benefit of that endeavor? Now, the envoy that went to England were sponsored by the government. That is a state-sponsored trip. And funds were expended. What is the economic benefit of such to Nigeria as a nation? What will Ekweremadu come and do for Nigeria that deserve this kind of attention? I think it is a misplaced priority.
Okay, another headline, interesting headline on the Matrix is 2027 reaction trail Atiku defection to ADC. ADC, a move, not platform for personal ambition. Faction tells ex-vice president. And Oshomole said, if he can't fix PDP, he can't fix Nigeria. Yesterday, we saw the former vice president went to his country home, Jada, in Adamawa State, where he officially obtained the membership card of the ADC.
It was glamorous, it was full of fanfare, it was glorious, as it was. But just like, well, I don't want to